I had a kind of a patchwork career pattern. It was important, and I wanted to do the best job I could. Robert Frank Carroll, born October 25th, 1927. That puts me in my 92nd year, born in Cleveland, Ohio. But my grandparents on my father's side were from Italy, and on my mother's side from Poland and Russia. My dad and mother were both born in Pennsylvania.
He's really young here.
I started my military career by enlisting in the Army when I was 17.
Dad, what are you, other than eating an apple, what were you actually doing?
Well, I was teaching some kind of a subject, but I don't know, some kind of a tactical thing.
And you said you were first stationed where, Dad?
Well, I actually was sworn in Camp Atterbury, Indiana, and then took the train to Arkansas to Camp Joseph T. Robinson. Neither of these camps are still in existence.
And what did you do there?
I took my basic and advanced individual training.
What was that like?
Well, it was a type of training that I was a little bit familiar with because I had served in the Civil Air Patrol in Cleveland when I was in high school.
Oh.
And so I went to an Air Force camp in the summertime at Lockbourne Army Air Force Base. And so I learned how to wear a uniform. I learned how to make a GI bed where a quarter would bounce on it. So I learned those things. So by the time I was in basic training, I was already a tech sergeant in the Civil Air Patrol. So I already had some experience.
So it's not just a myth when you bounce a quarter on a bed. They actually really made you do that.
Oh, absolutely. If you know how to make your bed, you know how to obey orders.
Do you still make your bed that way?
No, I don't bounce quarters on it because I never have a quarter in my pocket.
What year was this? Was this around 1945?
What prompted you to enter the military? I know you were 17 years old.
Well, I did have an uncle who lived with us, my father's younger brother, who was in World War II in the Ohio 37th Division through the whole Pacific in a field artillery unit in combat. And so I heard a lot about World War II. Of course, I was in high school during World War II, so I was aware of what was going on in the world. And as I mentioned, being a member of the Civil Air Patrol, I used to go on Sundays out to Lost Nation Airport in Willoughby on the Lake, on Lake Erie in Cleveland, and fly missions to see whether there was any strange intruders in Lake Erie. Because there were all kinds of rumors about the Germans, being in small submarines, all over the place. So the Civil Air Patrol actually did patrol these areas. And it was kind of fun for me. I mean, I was a kid flying in these airplanes. I'm not piloting the airplane, but flying in the airplane. So I was interested. And then going to a couple of summer camps, I learned more about it. And so I really wanted to go in the Air Force. I had already taken, I've forgotten what the equipment was called. It was like a link trainer where you were taught navigation in this link trainer. And I went through that whole course and I really enjoyed it. So I was a freshman in college. I had the opportunity of joining the Navy V-12 program, which would give me an opportunity not to be drafted. There still was a draft going on, and I had to sign up for the draft when I turned 18. And I decided I didn't want to be drafted. I don't know why. So many young people in my neighborhood, had gone to war, and I was not old enough. So I was 17. VJ Day, VE Day, and VJ Day had occurred. VE Day was in August, and in August, and VJ Day was in September. So I enlisted before I was 18. I was 17, about the 15th